Hello everyone and welcome to this unboxing video for Arkham Horror, the card game, the Forgotten Age expansion. This is one of the main expansions of Arkham Horror. This should be followed by 6 mini expansions and is the start of the story arc involving those 6. Should come with new characters and stuff like that. This is pretty much major big things. Regardless, let's get to the box. We're inside. What's going on the back of this one? Once more I ventured within those brooding ruins that swelled beneath the sands. H.P. Lovecraft, The Nameless City. But these usually come with new character cards. They, again, start a new scenario. Let's be funny. Oh, caught it. There we go. All the spill out. But yeah, like the other ones, it looks like it's all just a small amount of stuff inside. Just 3 packs of cards, the pack of token cards for the characters, this, which again I'm going to be showing you because the art's on their specific cards, and the campaign guide. And these boxes are tiny, and I don't know what I'll do with them. This is all just going in the core game box. The new icon, it looks like an eyeball, and this time we've got a bunch of different rules. Ooh. Some new weaknesses, definitely a bunch. This has more rules than the other 2 combined that I've already opened. So, first we'll start with this one. This looks like to be the pack that primarily contains the new scenarios and their specific treachery cards, or whatever they are. The ones you pulled there. These cards, the bad things. Arrows from the trees. Final mistake. I really shouldn't be showing these off. Well, no, these are not the scenario-specific bad things. Lost in time. Ill Omen, although the grammar kind of makes it look like 3 Omen. But yes, shadowed, like as in being followed. Sneakily. Snake. Snake's Courage, or something like that. Snake Scourge! Ha ha! Sorry, I'm not really afraid of snakes. There's one out in my living room. Oh, no, this was not that. It's the start of that. Because here's the new characters. We've got Leo Anderson, the Expedition Leader. He's the blue character. Ursula Downs, the Explorer. Finn Edwards, the Bootlegger. That one I definitely recall from other games. Father Mateo, the Priest. Ooh, never seen this guy before in any of the games, although I haven't really played the Arkham Horror board game or the Eldritch Horror board game that much. Calvin Wright, the Haunted. Cool. The missions are that I have here so far are Untamed Wilds and Doom of Ezekiel? E-Z-T-L-I. Again, not going to show these for spoiler reasons, because this is a very story-heavy game for those that have not dived into it yet. But I will still eventually spoil them in videos if people want me to do those. Or if I just end up doing it. Anyway, on to the next pack. Speaking of pack, backpack! This looks like some of the new treacheries and then unique cards. Nope, these are the campaign earned ones. And then we've got a bunch of different locations and stuff that this is the campaign specific stuff that I don't want to show off either. That was just the base scenario stuff. It was packaged differently than the other 2 expansions were. This is the 3rd one I'm opening. Because me and my friend kind of went overboard and just bought the entire game after playing the core of it. And today I went to go buy a 2nd core game. Which, again, as I've stated in previous videos, you need if you want to play at 3 or 4. Or at least should get. These are the unique cards. Here's some of the artwork for them. A little slit out. Again, if you guys want to see this in more detail, please ask. Until the end time. Yum yum. Oh, we've got some blue cards, like Survival Knife and Trusted. Orange cards, which are generally investigating stuff. The Ancient Stone. Unearthed Ancients. Green stuff, aka usually sneaky. Treasure Hunter. Non-unique companion, but you can only have one companion with you. Ooh, decorated skull. Then on to the purple cards with like a Missive Relic. Cthulhu name. Speaking of Cthulhu, Cthulian Stone. It's like a statue of some sort. A few other things. Then we get on to the more desperate measure cards that are the red ones. Improvised weapon, torch. Although that's an event, so it's not actually a thing. Last chance. Literally a last bullet. I don't know the mechanics of it, but it's got 5 wild commits. Meaning you can use it, all 5, for whatever you want. And the second copy of backpack. Alright, everybody. That seems to be everything. Again, like I said in the other 2. Stack of cards. Campaign guide. Card tokens to represent the characters. That's all that comes in those expansions, and that is a lot, honestly, for this type of game. Not to mention, I think each of the mini packs is like this many cards, and there's currently 12 of them for just the main campaigns.
Alright, now on to the Mythos packs. So, first off, we've got Threads of Fate with a giant tablet-like thing on there. So, this one looks to be the standard size pack. Usual, hey look, there's tape in the way. Metal instruments of semi-sharpness. Yay. Alright, so, normal pack. And a set of rules. Already feels pretty thick for it being only the first Mythos pack. Yep, double page thing. Again, I really wish this would, after being unfolded this way, would fold back in the middle and fit in the core box, but it doesn't. Let's see here. Are there new rules or anything? There are not. Something about a resupply point at the end. Interesting. This one looks like it has 3 simultaneous acts, though. Interesting. Cool. So, onto the pack of cards itself. The more important part, because it's a card game. There we go. So, we've got player cards and encounter cards. Let's start with the encounter cards this time. So, we've got some actual encounter cards themselves. Then, the standard card for the mission. The agendas. Only 3 of those. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. 24 act cards. And then 3 locations. That's really silly that there are more act cards in total, even if there are supposed to make up 3 piles somehow, than there is all the other encounter cards in this thing. But, say levy. So, so far it looks like the usual standard setup. Oh, looks like nobody has 6 cards this time. So, the first Guardian card is Scene of the Crime, new XP 0, and then XP cards paired with it. Marksmanship, definitely not an upgrade, I don't remember. Then Seeker is Persuasion. Who would have thought that they would make them the social ones? Then we've got a permanent that costs no XP. Shrewd Analysis. 1 per deck. Anytime you upgrade a card with the unidentified or untranslated subtitle, you may upgrade a second copy of that card at no experience cost. If you do, the 2 upgraded versions are chosen at random from among the eligible options. Interesting, considering that the Strange Solution, last remember, had 3 different upgraded versions, all of which being awesome. Then we've got Lucky Cigarette Case, which I know has been an item in the previous games. And then the other rogue card being Fence, which does cost XP. Arcane Research being a no XP permanent for Mystics. Interesting. Just causes a mental drama. And then after a scenario campaign, reduce the experience cost of spell cards. You upgrade. Okay, so it makes spells 1 XP cheaper, but you get a mental trauma. That's a decent trade-off considering they're some of the highest sanity characters. Then Counterspell, that might be an upgrade, I don't really remember. And then on to Survivors with Perseverance as their first card. And then they have also have a non-XP second card, but it is called Stunning Blow, and it is not a permanent. It's just another skill. I'm always happy to see them with more skills, especially knowing of the Sailor when he's actually playable. Then we have 2 cards. Oh, these are actually part of the encounter. 2 player cards that are like unique to the encounter and have to be unlocked. A Ally and a Tome. Yay, Daisy. Well, that's everything in this pack, so let's go on to the next one. Alright, next up, in the Forgotten Age, we have The Boundary Beyond. Somebody either being torn apart or a ghost of some sort. That's an interesting clock image on the back. Usual, hey look, there's tape in the way. No longer surprised by this. I just remember the first few I've opened not having the tape to deal with. Looks to be the standard size pack of cards. And another thick rulebook. Alright, let's see what we can glean from a quick glance of this. Rules and such. Whew, there's a lot of... I'm only going to show the first side. There's a lot of those boxes. I'm not getting any closer so that people don't get spoiled, but yeah. And then, oh, wow. There's a lot of various different versions of what can happen out of, like, what encounter decks you put together. Interesting. So, onto the cards themselves. With the usual, here's some more encounter cards, and here's some more player cards. So, making sure not to accidentally separate the scenario-specific player card from the regular player cards. Here we are. Usual standard size. So we've got the Relic of Ages as a player card from the scenario. Then we've got a good chunk of locations. Small size amount of encounter cards in a small blast pack. The standard card. Acts and Agendas, not 20-something this time. And more locations? Huh, wonder why they were separate. Oh well, something I'll probably learn in the rules. For now, keep them the way they came. Then we've got player cards. First, a quick glance. Ooh. That's interesting. So while nobody had 6 last time, both Guardians and Seekers have 6. Interesting. So, first up, we've got Second Wind. It's a spirit. And then we have a new skill called Take the Initiative. It's got a bunch of wilds on there. Probably works kind of funky. Also costs no XP. Well Prepared. Just guy shaven. 2 XP for a talent of some sort. And under Seekers, we have Truth from Fiction. Another no XP from them. True Understanding. The photographer. Then we've got Quick Study. I don't remember if this has been previously printed like as a level 0 or not. But regardless, on to Rogues. Hatchet Man. Then their XP card is High Roller. Then on to Mystics, we've got Enraptured, which is a new skill for them. Always nice to see new skills. And their XP card is Recall the Future. Woo! Then Survivors have Try and Try Again. I think I've seen this one before. I think I might have actually seen it as a higher level. And both their cards are XP. Then their other card is Cornered, which honestly describes Survivors in a nutshell unless you build proper decks for them. And by proper, I mean game-breaking. it's nice to, like, they're basically we're going to turn the bad situations into good. And by good, I mean, we lived, oh god. Alright, so that's all for this one. On to the next. Alright, next up for Forgotten Age, we have the Part of the Elders. Interesting amount of a skull, explorer hat, and a bunch of danger noodles. Yay, snakes. Oh, I kind of miss Ares. Say Levy. Wow, this one's being really... Come on. There we go. That's like a little bit extra. So we got the rulebook. Not so thick like the last two. And standard size pack of cards. Again, let's first get a quick gleam of the rulebook. Oh boy, this one uses 6 different encounter decks. Okay, I don't even know why it causes it or what could, but there is an A version and a B version in this one. Whew! Yay, Diverging Paths possibly? Or is it going to be like the beginning of the Dunwich Legacy, where it's do one then the other, regardless of the order? I don't know. Again, this is way too far in advance for me. Not like, oh, this is complicated. Just, I am nowhere near this one. Because this is, what, scenario 5? Regardless, on to the cards. So, we've got player cards, a little bit chunky more, because there are some neutral cards in there this time that aren't scenario specific, and the encounter cards, almost the same amount. A little bit more in the encounter. In fact, there's the one from the cover. But we've got a small chunk of encounter cards, a pair of locations that are hidden, or I forget what the term they use for them. I know hidden's a different term, but it looks like they get hidden either underneath, like one of the Dunwich Legacy ones, or they're part of the deck. Then we've got some more encounter cards, different icon from the first set. A few locations that are also hidden away. And some more encounter cards of another set. Oh boy. Then we have the standard card, an actual normal location, and then multiple different, or 2 sets of acts and agendas. They've either thoroughly separated these, or they are 2 different objectives. Scenarios. Alright, and then a quick glance at the player cards. Mystic and Survivor have 6 cards each this time, and there are 4 neutral cards. So, first off, for the Guardian, we have Intrepid, being a 0 XP card. Then their XP card is Custom Ammunition. Huh. The art for that one's really interesting. The bullet casings are very different. You can't see them likely on this, but some of them are inscribed, and some look like brass, and the others look like silver. Then on to Seeker. They have both XP cards this time. Otherworldly Compass, an upgraded version of Exposed Weakness. Then, oh, I didn't notice this. Rogues only have 2 cards, both being a copy of Lola Santiago, who I know is I just did a Mansions of Madness scenario with her, and she's an archaeologist, I believe. Then we have the Seeker cards. Oh, I love this. Olivia McBride literally says underneath, "We'll try anything once." Haha, not so good in an H.P. Lovecraft setting. Then we have their XP card of Defiance. Then their 5th and 6th card is non-XP cards of Premonition. Seeing your own death, not so fun. Then Rogues, we've got Live to Learn. Another non-XP card of Take Heart. And then I think this is an upgrade, although this is also, I believe, the original cover for Eldrator, Against All Odds. Then we've got a new coat, trench coat, and a new neutral weapon that costs XP of Ornate Bow. So, that being everything from this pack, let's move on to number 4. Alright, now for the 4th Mythos pack of the Forgotten Age, the City of Archives. This one, actually, I managed to catch some stuff on the articles, and this has a pretty interesting little thing in it. You'll see it when I get to it. But, first off, really thick rulebook. I just don't know if it's the usual double thick or more. And then back. Considering that the 8th scenario, or the final scenarios so far haven't been double packs, or more than a double pack of rules, I don't think it would be more than a double pack early. Here we go. So, a lot more blurbs on the back of this one. Using 5 different encounter cards, and doesn't look like any rules right off the bat, except for one that I know about from when I was hinting towards, but you'll see that when I get to the card of it. And the only reason I'm willing to list it and spoil it is because it was listed in their official article. So if you want to try to skip ahead and avoid it, you might want to do so. And it is part of the encounter cards. So I'll get to those first, and then you can try to skip to the player cards. So first off, we have a new weakness. It is not basic, but scenario specific, called Out-of-Body Experience. An ally called the Custodian, Curious Yithian. Then a bunch of encounter cards. Nice large amount. The standard card. Then the Act and Agenda, one of which using the Possessed, I think, icon or image from Mansions of Madness. I could be using the wrong card name, but it is definitely a Mansions of Madness status. And then for the thing that I was hinting towards, new player cards, or investigator cards, because they're body of a Yithian. So you can get stuck in those bodies. They have whole new rules. I don't know how their deck construction works. Deck building. Wow. Okay, I'm not going to read its whole text and everything, but deck size. What it used to be when you were human. Deck building options. Yithians can't build decks. Deck requirement. Do not count towards deck size. Do you remember? Love it. Then we've got a bunch of different locations. So, on to the player cards. Gonna take a quick look. This pile is definitely smaller. A little off, actually. Because some of these only have 2, and not just like one of them like the last pack. So, we've got the M1918 bar for the Guardians, XP card. I think, are all of these XP? No, not all of them are. Most of them are. The upgraded versions of the Ancient Stone, which there appears to be 2 entirely different versions, 2 copies of each. Then for Rogues, we have, I think, the only non-XP card in this pack, Slip Away, followed by their XP card, Payday. Then, for Mystics, we have Sacrifice, poor little goat, and Crystalline Elder Sign being another one. It's pretty kind of awesome. Seal +1 or Elder Sign, you get a +1 to all of your stats. And then Survivors only getting 2 cards as well, On Your Own being also an XP card. So, on to the next pack, because that seems to be all. Oh, I forgot to point out the difference. This is all there is of Investigator cards. This is the Encounter. Definitely a difference that time. Next up, we have pack number 5, Depths of Yoth. So, This is the second to last pack. And I can imagine what the scenario will result in based on what the other 5th Mythos packs entailed, but that would be potential spoilers beyond just like here's some of the cards. So I won't get into that in this video. But as usual, we've got a rulebook that's all nice and folded up, and sadly when unfolded, just a little bit too big again for the core game. Yay, or the core game box. But that's not important as long as they keep doing the return to such and such. Trying not to tear it, being annoying. Alright, so this one is a double page one. And has a lot of intros. Huh, interesting. Does not seem to have that same thing I was referencing, but I'm just doing a quick glance. And this one uses 6 decks and does not seem, or 6 encounter decks and does not seem to introduce any new rules. Interesting. Honestly, new rules that late into the game would be really annoying unless it's literally the last one and just a massive, this is how this one functions. Alright, but on to cards. Packs are sometimes so annoying. Alright, so. Oh, nope, that's a set specific one. Here are our player cards versus our encounter or set specific stuff, including 1 player card. But we have, oh boy, lots of locations. So these are all the locations. Then we have a unique monster of the Yig, which is also the cover monster for this. And those are the encounter deck cards, by the looks of it. Although I wouldn't be surprised if the Yig's set aside. Ooh. Why would they do that? So, without even reading what the tokens do, which is what I'm holding, the card that specifies that, there's a current depth section on the bottom of the card on both sides, and it's just blank. It's like, please don't imply that I want to write on these cards. And then, oh, wow. There is 7 agenda cards and 1 act. Oh boy, I have no idea what it does, but I'll find out eventually. Alright, now on to the player cards. And with a quick glance. What? Okay. So, the numbers are really odd in terms of what's here. First, starting up, we've got 4 Guardian cards still, including Handcuffs as their new level 0. Seems to be an asset, and I'm not going to read further than that. And then Blood Eclipse? Oh, it's a Guardian spell. It's 3 XP, a spell and spirit, and it has been clarified spirit doesn't mean ghost. That was just their first one. Ooh, I don't even want to read further than that. Then we've got 2 Seeker cards, which are Feed the Mind, a new spell for them, and it's Feed the Mind. I don't know what it will exactly do. Looks like it's got 3 secret charges instead of the normal charges. Then we've got 6 rogue cards, including a Colt Vest Pocket. It's a weapon, even though that implies that it's a pocket for a weapon. Coup de Grace, or Coup de Gras, or however the hell you want to pronounce that. Killing Blow. Also being 0 XP. And then a unique item, Relic Cursed. Skeletal Key, being 2 XP and exceptional. Then we have 2 Mystic cards. This is where I went, what? They have a 4 XP improved version of Mist of Rayleigh. Then 4 Survivor cards with a 0 XP of Winging It. Sounds like a Survivor thing. And Old Hunting Rifle as a 3 XP card. And then we have 6 neutral cards. Thermos being a 0 XP with a 4 cost. And I hope that's worth it. Hemispheric Map for 3 XP. And then a 5 XP Time-Worn Brand. Which looks to be a badass melee weapon. Now, on to the last Mythos pack. Shattered Aeons. This rounds out the entire thing. Doing my best to not stab myself. There we go. Didn't even need the knife. So, got a booklet as per usual. This one is a 2-page one. So here's hoping I don't rip it. Ooh, wow. Okay, I know there's been a lot of icons throughout this set. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I'm not even going to mention that because it's labeled secret. Never mind. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different decks used in this one. Oh boy, and a lot of different rules. But unfortunately, these don't hold up to fit in the core game. They'll fit in the return boxes, which we now know that they'll be doing for all of these. And then, here's our pack of cards. The last one for this expansion. Opening the horrors of Arkham Horror? I don't know, that wasn't intended to be a pun, but it came out as one. So, we've got... Yep. Player cards, Mythos cards, as well as a player card that clearly, because there's no pips on it, and it's been seen in almost every pack, which is a little odd. I don't know if it changes as it goes, I haven't read it, is part of the scenario itself. So, we've got... So there are a lot of extra cards here. Let's just put it this way. There are 4 here. I'm not even going to show them on screen in case accidents get involved in that secret. And I'll just leave that at that. So, those aside, we have... I think... I'm looking for the main card. Hold on, did I get the name wrong? I might be missing the main card. Okay, it does match. Alright, so let's just go through everything here. I like... So, we've got the Relic of Ages again, which was the card I was talking about earlier. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different locations. Locations have been a bit odd this expansion. A Formless Spawn and 2 Temporal Devourers. Bunch different Mythos effect cards. Oh, here it is. So, here's the standard card for Shattered Aeons. And then we've got 3 agendas. And... oh, I'm guessing this is because they're probably varied on how you do things over the course of it. But we do have 6 acts. Interesting. And... I don't even think we get the Elder God this time. Didn't see him. But there is a double-sided location and 2 story back cards as well. Regardless. And like I said, there's the 4 other cards, which I'm just going to leave that at those. Then we've got the player cards, which, with a quick look, everybody gets 4 cards. Every class gets 4 cards this time, because it's been really on this expansion. And just like the other, oh no, sorry, not like the other 6 Mythos packs, we have 2 sets of cards that cost no XP. Because in the past, for the last 2 expansions, the Mythos pack 6, all the cards have cost XP, be it 1 to 5. So we've got Kerosene under Guardians. Flamethrower. I don't think there's a lesser Flamethrower. I might be mistaking it for the various other Arkham File games. Because a lot of this stuff is, reused. Vantage Point being one of the non-XP cards for Seekers. A Relic and a Tome. Platonic Manuscript? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. A new version of Borrowed Time. At least I think this is a new version for Rogues. All In. Looks like a new skill. Shards of the Void for Mystic. Seal of the Seventh Sign. I think this is a new version. I could be wrong. Impromptu Barrier being the other non-XP card, this time for Survivors. And Altered Fate being the other Survivor card. And it's a spell. Alright, folks. That's everything for this whole expansion. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to press the like button. If you think somebody else will enjoy this, please share this video. Either way, you'll help this video get seen more. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and press the dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general, such as if you want to see me go over any of these cards, be they player cards or scenario cards, in detail. Or if you want to see me do some playthroughs of these or anything, go ahead and ask. And if you want to see more like this, be it more unboxing videos, my board game overview videos, or my painting videos, which, again, I do try to get around to for Mansions of Madness, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.